Hello, it's Karen Burniston here with an assembly video for one of our die sets. This is die number 1283, the Snow Charms, and you can check out all of our designs at karenburniston.com. 12 dies in the set. I definitely recommend shopping your scrap bin for the colors. Before I get to die cutting, I wanted to show one of the stamps on our new Winter Hug stamp set says Making Angels in the Snow. And I did design that so that it could be cut out perfectly with the Snow Angel die as an option. Snow Angel looks great without it, but as an option you could add that greeting. Now, because of the deep score lines in the Snow Angel die, I'm going to recommend that you stamp first and then die cut. And so what I've done is I've just hinged the die through a piece of lightweight just printer paper. And that way I can put the opening around that stamped greeting and then hinge the die back into place, and then I know I'm going to get that perfectly aligned cut. You can use any die cutting machine that can accommodate a wafer thin die and is at least big enough for the dies you're trying to cut. So in this case, my Spellbinders Platinum Scout, a smaller machine, is just perfect for that little charm set. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about those deep score lines. So as you can imagine, if you die cut first, it would be difficult to stamp over the top of all those ridges. But if you stamp first and then die cut, you'll get a better image. And of course, you can use it without stamping at all. Now you can use the Positive Space Angel on its own, or you can sink that angel down into a clump of snow. So there is a big snowball charm in the set. My suggestion is to cut it first as a solid piece, in other words, without the angel nested inside. Then you'll have a backing piece for your charm. Okay, and then for the next layer and all subsequent layers, you want to have the snowball and the snow angel put together, nested inside, so that you're cutting them both at the same time. And if you tape those two dies together with some sort of a removable tape, then you can get more layers, because the dies won't move. You'll be able to get the same exact cut multiple times. Okay, so now I'm going to run that through the machine as a set. And what I'm really looking for is the outer piece. So the Snow Angel that's going to come out, I don't actually need that for the charm. I'll keep it because it makes a great Positive Space Angel. But I really just want the outer piece that has the Snow Angel hole in it. Okay, so right now I've got a color differential if I glue those all together, but I don't have a height differential. So that's why I'm saying you might want to do one or two more layers of those, and then it really is going to look like that Snow Angel is sunk down in the snow. I'm using my favorite glue, which is LINECO Neutral pH Adhesive. I have it in my fine tip bottle, and we sell both of those items on our website. So once you have a couple layers of the negative space, then you can glue the Snow Angel down into the opening, and there will be that height differential where it looks like it's sunk down in the snow. I die cut the ice skates piece out of white, and I'm using just a black pen through the holes on the die to add the location for the laces. So that's really optional, but it kind of gives a cool look that when you add the laces, those little black dots look like the holes. I decided on red laces, and I've added some double-sided adhesive tape to the back of the red cardstock before die cutting so that the laces will be stickers. And then with having those black dots on the skates, it's actually really easy to just put the point of each kind of little zigzag right on those dots. Okay, I would like to change the blades of my skates to silver, so I am going to die cut just the bottom half of the skate out of silver cardstock, and then I just need to snip out the blade portion. So I can even take a little bit of the heel in that process because I've got a separate heel piece that's going to go over the top. So now I just glue my silver piece over the white, and then that heel piece that I die cut out of brown cardstock with the double-sided adhesive on the back is going to go over the top and kind of clean everything up. Now you might also try just using a silver paint pen on the white skates to change the blades to silver. So that might be another way to do it if you want to avoid a little bit of extra die cutting. But whichever way you choose to do it, I would suggest doing the silver part first and then adding the decorative heel piece over the top. That'll clean everything up and make it look great. The next charm is going to be the mittens. So there is a die to cut the mittens, a die that will cut two small hearts, and then a die that will cut cuffs. And if you use double-sided adhesive tape on the back of the cardstock, especially for the cuffs, It will make it a sticker, and it will also make it super easy to stencil because the cushion of the tape will push that paper up through that die, making it really, really easy to get the pen down through it and stencil on the lines. My current favorite white gel pen is a Jelly Roll Retractable, and we do sell those on our website. So then it's just a matter of adding those cuff stickers to the mittens. And then if you like the look of the hearts, I've die cut those out of red cardstock. Double-sided adhesive makes it really easy to add those as well. The tiny little heart that comes out when you die cut the mittens also looks really good on the snow angel. There is a small decorative snowflake in the set that looks really nice on the sled, but of course you can use it individually. And then there is a larger snowflake that is a charm. Okay, the last charm in the set is the sled. So I'm starting with the wooden piece, and that I've cut out of craft cardstock, and then I brushed it with a little brown ink that kind of highlights the wood grain pattern in it. You have two options for a twine handle. So one way would be to use a paper piercer to put holes in that thin piece at the top. There are some press dots that'll kind of show you where. Now, that's a pretty thin piece, so you have to be a little delicate if you want to string the twine through the sled. And if you're using a 4-ply baker's twine, my suggestion is to separate it in so that you're only using a 2-ply, because it'll be easier to get through those holes. I use glue at the end. I twist it between my fingers to give it a bit of a needle tip, and then I can just string it through that hole. But again, it's small, it's fiddly. You could also just tie the twine around that piece. It does not have to be threaded through the piece, but that's what I showed on the packaging, so I wanted to show you how I did that. But what the design team has been doing is just tying that twine around that piece. I don't know why I didn't do it that way from the start, but if you want it to have that kind of really authentic look, you can string it through and then just glue it down on the back. I like to use red for the other part of the sled, and it is the top and the bottom horizontal rails on the red piece that correspond to the pieces on the brown wood piece that go all the way across. Okay, let me show you that a little bit closer. So if you just keep your glue to the top and the bottom, you're going to see what I mean. There's like these little connector pieces between the wood slats, so that kind of goes all the way across in those two locations, and that's a good spot for glue. You could also try some up the vertical edge if you think it needs it. And then you might also want a little dab of glue underneath the red piece that comes up and over the top of the brown. And then I think the small snowflake looks great on the sled. Brushing ink across it will give you a more subtle look to the wood grain. If you would like that to be more stark, you can use this technique, which is to use a brayer. So in that case, just use a brayer with any kind of brown ink and then just roll that across the piece. Just use a light hand. And because of those score lines, the ink won't get down into those grooves, and then you'll get a more distinct wood grain pattern. And since I'm making a second sled, I'll just show it with the tied twine. So I would assemble the sled first, and then I can just slide the twine underneath the brown crossbar and then tie it in a knot and trim off the excess. So either option is going to look great, just showing you possibilities. So that completes the assembly of the snow charms. And now let's look at those snow charms in action. For this card, I used the snow charms with our new photo fan pop-up. So that's a great display pop-up, and you can see how well it will fit the snow charms and really any of our charm sets. In our November virtual class, I'll be teaching with the snow charms and the photo fan, as well as a new die set we have called charm rings. And those will make 3 different sizes of paper jump rings that are just perfect for all of our charm sets. If you are interested in this class, check out the events tab of our website. This card features a lot of the dies in our new release, including the snow charms, and the mittens are used on the reindeer. I love to end assembly videos with some ideas by our very talented design team. Nikki Foden has used the snow charms extensively on this double photo fan pop-up card. And then here's another card by Nikki, the snow charms used on the front and the mittens on the reindeer. Charms are really perfect for all of our different pop-up dies. So here's a card by Lois, a 3-page landscape rectangle accordion, and you can see how nicely those snow charms fit. Sue Smallkreider made this very clever reindeer games card, and then notice that the reindeer is actually riding the sled. The Snow Charms die set is available now from our website, KarenBurniston.com, as well as from a lot of your favorite local and online retailers. Thanks for watching. If you click on the website link, you'll go to KarenBurniston.com, where you can purchase these dies as well as find links to our other social media accounts. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel and check out some of my other videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.